my home slices. It's the Main Mistakes podcast, and I'm Alex, of course, the amazing host with my good friend Ronan.
Howdy.
Yes, indeed. That's as much as he's saying. Shut up, Ronan. I'm sorry. God damn it.
Anyways, the only podcast to die and be revived within the same week.
Yeah, speaking of which, it's been a while, Ronan. Now, whose fault is that?
A little bit. Partially mine, partially times.
Partially yours, definitely not mine, because...
What was that?
Okay, so I have a bouncing ball in my study, right? My study's on the second floor of my home, which is the top floor, basically.
Yeah.
And so my study has it's like I have a triangle roof, right? And I'm basically just picture an attic, and my desk is in one corner, one wall facing of the attic, and then I was just shooting my ball up at the roof, and it was really close, but I shot it in a certain angle. The angle came back and hit me right in the nuts.
Well, what were we even saying? I forgot.
I don't know. I was busy playing with a ball.
Right, I was explaining the issues. Essentially, we had microphone issues where like full on desynced for some reason, and I couldn't resync it because it kept changing certain points, and essentially it's technical difficulties. Please bear with us, and we will hopefully have this episode up in about a week, maybe. I'm not sure.
God damn it, man. Why can't you have faster time? It's not like you're doing anything important, like.
Yeah, it's not like we've got goddamn junior cert coming up.
I don't. Oh my god. Okay, let's speak about the goddamn JC. I've been paying it zero attention so far this year. My head's been just in another dimension.
Yeah.
Not because I don't.
I've just been hoping that if I ignore it for long enough, it'll go away.
Yeah, no, it's not that I don't care. I've just done so much fucking shit, and I have too much on my plate to even think about JC at this point in life.
Yeah.
Like, I'll think about JC in February. That's future Alex's
when
problem.
the pre's are done, then I'll start thinking about junior cert.
Because
it's been like I haven't uploaded since July to my own channel.
No,
but trust me, it is not due to a lack of trying. It's
zero time.
I have tried to make 4 videos, and all of them had an issue.
Ooh.
It's like, I tried to make 2 Left 4 Dead videos. One had like an issue where the microphone kept cutting out at random points. The other just showed up, the video didn't record. I had a Destiny video do the same thing. I tried another Destiny video where I this one's my fault. I accidentally used the wrong recording setting, so it ran at like 12 frames a second.
Not good. Well, for me,
yeah,
I've just been every week I say this week is the week I start studying. That's every week for me. It's the week, and then okay. So for people who don't know, I'm a chairperson for 2 activities. One activity is for Green Schools, and the other is for debating. I'm always like, these are good subjects, and I can maybe chillax a little bit. But I always have something on. So Green Schools, I'm doing a poster competition right now, and currently there's a stack of posters. That's the sound of my pencil hitting the stack of posters, and I have to get the rest tomorrow, and then I'm going to have to judge with another teacher. And then debating, I have to teach introvert. This is how I describe debating: teaching introverts how to speak. Which, for anyone that's doing debating, I love you.
I was doing debating, but I ditched to do the podcast.
Yeah. So I'm still doing debating and podcast and Green Schools. Fight me.
Yeah, but you don't have to edit the thing, so.
No,
Anyways.
that should take like 5 minutes at most. Well, it's just recording. It's just
5 minutes to watch the entire hour-long speech to see if there's any audio glitches or anything. To see if we dropped a name we're not allowed to say. It's like, oh man. Remember that one time that Jennifer on 123 Fake Street did that one thing?
Okay. So, yeah, hopefully next week I'll start studying for JC, but probably very unlikely.
Yeah.
Maybe.
We've the midterm break coming up anyways.
But I have stuff on midterm. I think I have a hike on the 28th, and I have a party going on the 31st.
Well, before that point, we gotta meet up to play D&D.
Oh, yeah, I'll fit you in my schedule. There's always... I love D&D. D&D is, like, the thing down, like, high priority list. Like, I'm always...
Yeah, you haven't even played yet, and you're so excited to play.
Yeah, like last year. Oh, I'm tired.
Yeah, it's like we did one really short session that didn't even work out.
Oh, yeah.
And your first impression of D&D was, I forgot you were an elf, which are immune to magical sleep, and then the character put you to sleep.
Oh, yeah. This shit. But sorry, I'm looking at my music homework right now. That I got. Like, okay, if any first years or anyone listening, here's some Alex advice: do your homework the day you get it. Please, God, don't be like me. I procrastinate.
We both say on a Sunday night with a pile of homework behind us.
Man, there's two things going to keep me alive during JC: loud music and coffee. Maybe energy drinks, but I don't like them.
Yeah. Coffee will keep you awake, but energy drinks will actually kill you.
Yeah. But loud music,
I just
goddamn.
took Diet Coke.
There's my Spotify has recommended me because it knows I'm a student. They're like calm studying music. I was like, fuck that. Let me go to my rock and roll playlist because that's the only thing.
Shh, just Rage Against the Machine, please.
Oh. Oh wait, I can't swear in this podcast, can we?
You can. I can censor it.
Bleep. Okay. Bleep blop.
Just certain words stay away from, clearly, ones that we're not allowed to say due to our ethnicity of being very, very white.
You know why I love putting on my chips, Ronan? Salt and Vin.
What? You're on thin ice.
Oh, we're on thin ice, so we're both fucking white.
Yep, painfully so.
Oh, God.
Anyways.
Oh, you know what movie I saw yesterday, Ronan? The reason we could record the podcast yesterday?
What?
I saw Zombieland Double Tap.
Oh, I want to see that so bad.
Oh, mate.
I loved the first Zombieland.
Yeah, but so me and my like BFF went to see it, and we were like, we both saw the first one, but we saw it without each other. But we both saw the first one, and we we're like, this is so goddamn. We know it's going to be corny, but we're going to watch it because it's going to be funny. And it was actually really enjoyable. All right, so there's the two main characters, Columbus and Tallahassee, and oh my God, they were just. If you're watching the movie, just take note of Columbus and Tallahassee's relationship, and that's me and my friend's relationship. He's Tallahassee, by the way, if you're curious.
Okay. God, I'm so hyped to watch that movie.
So good.
I remember watching the first one. I actually didn't watch it. I only watched it fairly recently, like last year, and oh my God, it was so funny.
Oh, I was so mad because I was like, I'll see Zombieland 1 again on Netflix because I watched it on Netflix originally. I was like, I'll see it on Netflix, but then Netflix just got rid of it. I'm guessing the price went up since like the movie was coming out. So Netflix were being cheap.
Yeah. The licensing rates and all that.
Yeah.
Anyways, speaking of movies, that Steven Universe movie you were talking about last episode, I actually watched.
Oh, did you? It's so good.
Wait, was that the last episode or the cancelled episode? You were talking about it.
Can't recall.
I guess we'll figure. Well, at some point he was talking about a Steven Universe movie.
At some
watched
point,
it.
I'm a big Steven Universe fan.
I dipped around. I like.
Season 4
I
is
can't
really
remember.
good.
What's the one where Lars' character arc and his hair changes color?
Oh, that was like season 4, and I'm so glad you didn't bring that up last time because I was not up to that because I dipped way earlier than that. Originally came out. Oh, yeah, but I'm on
It was
that.
pretty good, but I couldn't really. I'm fairly certain that Spinell's voice actor is the same one that voiced Angelica in the Rugrats, and that's all I could think of while watching the movie.
That's right, I've heard the stories over and over again.
Over and over
Gee,
again.
it's swell and finally
It's
me
swell
here.
Okay, look, we recorded over Discord, meaning that there is desync between the voices a little bit, meaning when we try to sing, it sounds awful. So I'm just going to spare you the pain and fill the gap a little bit here. So how was your day?
We're going
Claimed.
Just
Just banned from the internet.
and
Sued by
copyrighted.
Cartoon Network.
And
Yep.
don't think Cartoon Network.
We were just so on point that the system noticed us and thought that we just straight up uploaded the original song.
I know, because we definitely have
that
the
good at
range for
singing.
that.
If we reach like 1 million subscribers, we should do like a musical cover. Because you do music and I don't, which
Oh.
means you have to carry me for once.
What do you mean for once? What's that entitling, Ronan?
Just saying, I do all the editing and
Just
the recordings
saying,
on my end and all
you
that
get
and
paid
all
0
the-
cents an hour, so you're doing better than some people. Like,
And to be fair, so are you, so.
yeah. Ronan, I'm the charismatic, lovable guy, and you're just editor. So I think we have a fair deal here.
I'm the straight man.
You're the straight man. I'm gonna have like a character
Yeah.
arc during the podcasts. Just like
Yeah.
how Alex
Like,
evolved.
by the 100th episode, we've swapped positions. Like, you're the straight man and I'm the jokester.
Yeah,
Well, I'm kind of a jokester already.
you're a very good jokester. I like to classify people as jokesters, but you're like a shy jokester. You'll like make funny jokes, but only if you talk to people you really know, which is such a shame because you're such
Yeah.
a funny person.
The closest thing to like a public joke I did, bar doing any speech projects in school, is one time the teacher, or I think it was our SPHE teacher, had us do like an introduction thing where it's like, she'd go around to every person and someone else would have to tell her something about them, so it'd be how everyone else sees them, and someone just goes, it gets to me and someone says, "I'm funny," and I just go, "I am?"
I am? Since when?
It's possible.
Please show me this person.
I was trying. It's kind of a thing of, it's like I said that way too loud. It's like I was not expecting to say it that loud.
Oh no.
'Cause, oh god. It turned out okay anyways. Everyone laughed. It was funny.
Yeah. I was so scared for that because I was like, oh god, here comes everyone just ratting on me. I was just
Yeah.
prepared to get my death sentence. Oh.
Yeah. It's like,
I was like, this is where I die. Goodbye, everyone.
yeah.
I'm
Final
currently looking at my music workbook right now, knowing it's due on 3rd class tomorrow, and knowing I have no idea what to do, but yet I don't want to do it.
Yeah. It's like that kind of thing where it's, maybe if I look at it really hard, it'll do itself.
I'll understand what the fuck I'm doing in music. I'm honestly
Yeah.
just hoping I could just barely pass the theory thing and then just get all my points in the practical. Even
Yeah.
though practicals only
God,
work
if I could have a
25%.
if I could have a superpower, I'd have time manipulation just so I can get an extra 24 hours on the weekend.
Oh,
Yeah, I'd love to do that.
I'd love just freestyle.
An entire 24 hours that only I exist. Just, I'm chilling out. I can
Just-
get all my work done with no distractions.
I would love. Okay, so a thing I would love to do is just pause time and just gather my thoughts. Because so much recently,
Yeah.
I've had 200 thoughts in my head, and the least important things were about me, and the most important things were about something else than on me just being paranoid.
Yeah, it's like I I'd pause time so often that like by the end of the day I've aged a week. It's like I
don't think I would abuse it that
it's
much.
like, I definitely would. I'd just pause it for no reason, just so I could just take a deep breath and get right back into what I was doing.
No, what I would do is I'd only use time. Oh, is this like only just pausing time, or can I forward and rewind?
Yeah, you can forward and rewind.
All right, so I know instantly if I got time powers. I would go back to the start of second year because I made some dumb decisions in second year, and I would redo all those decisions phonetically. And then by this time this year, this podcast would already be on its like 50th episode. Everything would be organized, and I would be prepared. What I would also do is go to the future, do the JC, memorize specifically the question, go back into the past, study, get an A in my JC, get into a good leaving cert, and then go to college.
Yeah, that'd be because like, I mean, it'd probably be very shady if you got 100% on the junior cert.
Oh yeah,
but
no, I'd reach for my average 80, 90. You know,
yeah, I'd love
good,
God,
but not
like,
too good.
Aside from cheating on tests, I do so much at time control powers.
I don't know
It's
what
like-
I would do. I probably just forget it, to be honest. I just forget it starting one day at pause time. I'm like, oh, I could do this.
I'd use it to screw with people a lot. It's like, say they're like, hey, have you found it's like, I'm looking for this, and then I'd freeze time, grab the thing, put it in their hands, or somewhere weird, like on their head or something, and then go back to where I was sitting, resume time, and then it's like, is it on your head? What?
It's like, what the fuck? I would make it obvious. I just do like subtle things, like I don't know. Oh, you know, this is going to be so weird, but I would love to know what age and how I'm going to die. I just love to know that.
Ooh.
I wouldn't do anything to change it. I'll just be content knowing this is the due date. If I need to have everything I wanted to do by this date, I won't be like, oh god, I'm going to die in a car crash at 48. No, I'll be like, all right, my due date is May 10th, 2050. I've got
So I
stuff to
can
do.
move all my hopes and dreams to June 9th.
Just like good May 9th. It's like,
Literally, just procrastinate to the grave.
oh no, but I'd be like, because I'm strong. I'm not really, but like, if okay, let's just say, for some reason you do have like everyone has the dates in their head of when they're going to die. Like, I don't believe this is, but I believe that's the day you're going to die. If you die in a car crash and you don't take a car that day, you're just going to get hit by lightning or something. It's like a membership plan.
Yeah.
Life is a membership
It's
plan.
like
in my eyes.
whatchamacallit, Final Destination.
Ah, yes. But life is a membership plan in my eyes. There's a date you're going to cancel it, and no matter what happens, you're not going to have that membership at the end of the day.
And you enjoy the first few days and hate every other one.
Yeah, it's like first couple of years it's free trial. And you're like, god damn, this is so cool. Oh, you got secondary school. These are I feel bad for you. You're going to have to
I
beep
think
so much
that-
swears.
Anyways, I think that secondary school, the main thing it's taught me is to embrace the madness. Because I've just been so creative recently and very motivated in just a term of, screw it, I'll just do it, and if it goes wrong, who cares?
I look at secondary school like it can be the boringest years of your life, but if you get your foot in, you can do so much stuff.
Yeah.
Example,
Nice save, by the way.
Yeah, example. In first year, I went to a green schools meeting because I was like, "Oh, I did green schools when I was in primary. This would be so much fun." And because I'm an extroverted lad, I would like to call myself that. I knew some people in there. More specifically, the now graduated Bleep Blop. Now I knew Bleep Blop from Scouts, but he was the chairperson back then. So Bleep Blop was like,
Okay.
"Hey, I'm going to mentor you and teach you everything there is to know, and you're going to have all my responsibilities." And I'm like, "Cool." So Bleep Blop,
It was a literal student master relationship.
yeah, no, literally, I have him on Snapchat, and his name is on Snapchat is Dementor. I call him Dementor, and Bleep Blop, and I was like, anyways, first year I didn't really pay attention. I think it was in fifth year when I was in first year, and Bleep Blop was like, "Yeah, this is just some basic stuff." I was like, "Okay, cool." Then I got into second year. Oh dear God, I did more studying on debating and green schools than I did in my actual homework. Because
Well, I mean, the thing is, you're passionate about debating and all that, but you couldn't give two craps about maths or anything.
well, I do give craps about maths. That's
Well,
probably
yeah, well, history or English or whatever.
Irish. Irish is a
Irish,
track
yeah,
and a
that's the
half.
main thing.
Um,
There is, like, recently I got an Irish exemption because literally my anxiety was so bad that Irish itself was causing me to get close to a panic attack. So it's like, you ever noticed that when I did go into Irish, you might have noticed that every time I got called on, my voice would like nearly get choked up and I'd go red in the face always. But it's like, I remember so little from when I did learn Irish. Like, I remember 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I remember that milk is banya, and I know claymore comes from the Irish word claymore, which is big sword.
well, just so you know how good our education system is, it took me a second to know all the numbers for the Irish. I was like, what is a one in Irish?
Yeah, because it's like it's near Pavlovian. Like, you say the words and you know they have meaning, but you don't know what the meaning is.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just like you've trained to respond. It's like, it's like
Do you do
Ibrahim
it?
shoe
Like-
is in the blink of an eye.
Do you do it?
But
And my
it's-
brain just instantly goes, do you smurd it?
Yeah, I only found it in first year. That doesn't mean like hello or anything. It's like God be with you and with you also, or something like that. It's like It's like, I can't remember what it is exactly, but it's religious in some form. It's like, okay, I've been saying that for the past 80 years and I've had no clue what it means.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been explained what Diadwood is. I've just been saying Dia Smurdwood. No, because I get it,
Yeah,
because
it's
like
like-
Dia is God in Irish. I know that. So it's Diadwood.
Yeah.
And Dwit
like
is from
God greets you
dumb
or-
section, so it's God be with you. And Dia
And
Smurdwood,
Mara
God be
is
with you
Mary.
also. Oh my
And no,
God.
Mara is Mary.
Oh yeah. Dia
Like,
Smurdwood.
I can't remember. We're such good Irishmen.
You know.
No one in Ireland speaks Irish.
Besides Grail
It's like, if you show me someone who's not failed Irish, I see a man who paid off their teacher.
You see, man,
Because
that's interesting.
the only way. That's the only way you can pass Irish.
Do you know what I find interesting? So I do music
What?
grinds, and my music tutor, she wants to be a music and Irish teacher, which I was like, yeah, those usually go hand to hand together, and
Yeah.
so I was talking to her like one day because we had 10 minutes left, and I've had all my stuff done, and I was like, yup, and she was like, yeah, I got grinds for Irish. I was like, like, think of this, like, as an English teacher, I know I have no idea what I'm talking about, but like if you're really good at the subject, like if you want to be a teacher or something, you should be really good at the subject, shouldn't you?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being harsh. She's sound anyways. I think she's more music, and then Irish was the second one she chose.
Yeah. It's like the reason that like religion, CSB and all that are such relaxed classes are not just because they're exam classes, but they're very easy to qualify for.
Oh, yeah.
So if a teacher doesn't want to pick a second class, they can just pick religion or CSB and just skirt by.
Then me as a dumbass wants to do fucking maths and business, maybe English. I don't know. If someone asks me what do I want to do, I'm usually, I want to be a maths teacher, and they're like, oh, what's your second subject going to be? I'd be like, sometimes I'll say English, sometimes I'll say business. So some people get confused, but I don't honestly know. I
Okay,
want to be
so
maths.
what we do is I drop off the face of the earth, and we become the same identity. And I make myself look like you, so that on English classes I can just come in and do the English, and then you can do the maths.
Oh, yup. Oh, speaking of maths, how well
Or we
did
can
you
just
think you
stick with
did on the
podcast.
maths test?
Oh, utter trash.
Same. You know, ironically, I'd hit
like-
the maths on the rough percentage I would get on the test. I'd say I got 70%. I'd say around that region, that's what I got. Because I just got question 4 completely wrong. Oh dear God, I got it wrong.
Yeah, it's like algebra. No matter what I do, I just can't do it.
No,
It's like
no. Algebra is fine with me, but the way she phrased question 4 was just dumb. It was
Yeah.
so dumb.
it's like she's trying her hardest to confuse us. I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm just testing you, I'm making it challenging. So
I'm
here's
like-
the thing: if it's like a puzzle from some like Lost or something. It's like just it's like a weird combination of numbers actually translates to the Da Vinci Code that you use to find out which one's X and which one's Y.
I know.
It's
And like I don't know. I've
drives me mental.
maybe I'm not sure because I haven't bothered to check my exam papers in maths, but I'm nearly certain that the maths junior cert is easier than some of those questions she gives us.
Oh yeah, I bet it. I bet I'll do better on my junior cert test than I will on my every other test I've done up until that point for maths.
I know, and like sometimes oh, what was that test we did like before that? It was
Oh, what was it? It was no, not patterns. It was.
probability. No.
God.
What
I think
was
it was probability.
You
It's
know the
probability
last
something else.
question. It was like the guys have this much money on their car for toll money because they're drivers.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? I found
Yeah.
that so easy. But I found that test really easy. I think I got like 87 or something on that test. And that's so easy. And then this one just hit me
Yeah.
in the right hook, even though I studied so hard for that test.
Yeah, I studied for this test because I knew I was bad at algebra, right?
Yeah.
Literally, the exact things I studied for,
Didn't come up.
like the small stuff that I kind of skimmed over. It's like that's either not going to be on the test or I know enough of it to
Yeah.
just get by.
Oh, I
in a
hate
small amount
that.
of- Of course, it was on the test. It's like, for Christ's sake, every time.
I'm just like,
It's like,
at this point, I'm just like, oh my god. I know I'm going to get enough points to be a teacher, because if I don't, I'm actually redoing 6th year.
yeah.
Because
Or we can
I'm
just-
dead set on teaching. And I hope
Yeah.
to God that I come back to that school and if I'm a student teacher, I take over Miss class. I hope to God I do a better job than her. Oh, wait, shit.
Well, bleep it out.
Oh, did I actually cut out?
Oh no, you didn't cut out. It just you said a name and then
Sorry, I went into too much of a rant. Whoops.
yeah, you forgot you were doing the podcast.
Just really. I hope to God that some of those students like, wow, that teacher's like 10 times better than our teacher.
Yeah, It's like, also, if the podcast does take off, you can actually give them rewards for test in the form of shoutouts. It's like, Billy here got 100 on his algebra test, meaning his Instagram account is at Billy the Kid. I don't use Instagram. Do Instagram accounts have at the start?
Yes, because I'm at
Okay, good.
Bob Joe. Oh, I'm just.
Anyways.
I don't want to move my phone too much because I'm scared I'm going to cut out. But I'm just looking at Ronan's profile picture right now.
Oh yeah, it's I have like an entire section of my phone that's just future Discord profile pictures, and it's mostly dogs.
It's just all dogs.
And the ones that aren't dogs are cats.
Wow, that was way
was
off
that?
the bed. Sorry.
Is that a water bottle?
What? No, I had my Tipex and I was going to throw it at my bed, and then it just
Oh.
it hit the corner off the bed, and then now it's gone. It's gone forever.
Ah, okay.
I want to
always
try
the thing
something.
where it's like,
Hello?
yeah, what you?
Oh,
Hello?
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet! I can go on Instagram while doing this. Woot!
Oh, cool. You can
Um,
find topics for us. Anyways,
time to go on meme. Meme time.
do you know Boy in a Band, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, didn't he do a morality test?
Yeah, I was going to talk about that because that's really interesting to me. It's like, for those of you who don't know, there's a website. It's like the MIT mortality test or something, where it's they're essentially doing tests to see what a self-driven car should do in a situation where death is inevitable. So essentially, say there's one person crossing the road, and but there's three people crossing this a different point of the road, but the car has to hit either the one person or the three people. Does it hit the one person or the three people? And of course it changes up. It's like, does it hit two babies
Two
or
athletic
one
men
old
or
person?
one large man.
Yeah, it's that kind of thing of, and there's also other variables where it's sometimes there's stuff like, oh, are they jaywalking or all that. It's really interesting and very scary.
Yeah, cause like, I'm scared how much of like ranks I gave people. Cause I was watching it, I was like 3 executives versus a woman, a homeless man, and a man, and my brain instantly went kill the drivers instead of the executives. And I was like, whoa, hold up there, Alex.
I have a very, God, it's hard, because of course some people look at it in a way of there is people who are saving other people or creating more income for other people by working jobs, and then killing a homeless person won't do much. But for me, it's either it's a human life or it's not.
Yeah.
You know, it's
I
kind of
getcha.
hard. It's like, God, it's really. We should actually do a video where we're doing that, the morality test. We'd probably be very incriminated by it, but we should actually just have an entire episode where we're doing different stuff like that, like the Myers-Briggs test.
Oh yeah, that'd be
You know, the
cool.
Myers-Briggs test isn't all that accurate, isn't it? Like, there's a 50% chance that your type changes after 4 weeks, or something like that.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Because it's so affected by your mood and what you're currently thinking. Something like that. Or we could always just stick with the Pottermore quiz. That's a good bet.
Yeah, we could.
In fact, I might actually pull up.
Alright, sorry,
Now
this
it's
is,
for the next
okay, I
episode.
regret discovering the knowledge I can go on Instagram and look at memes while doing this podcast. Because all I've been doing is just looking at Joker memes. So
Did you see Joker? I haven't.
I haven't seen the Joker either.
I
I'd see
haven't
it
even
next
watched
week.
any trailers. All I've heard is, all I've been doing is laughing at the post where it's like, I can't believe they made a Batman movie for adults. I brought my 7-year-old daughter in and she was mortified. It's like, lady, the movie's R-rated. the trailer has him like smothering someone to death. Come on, lady.
Yeah, like those people are just retarded. Like someone was trying to like I don't know what happened. Someone was like massively complaining like I brought my son to see Deadpool 2 and I was shocked at what it was happening. I was like, it's R-rated.
You should yeah. It's like it's the one that you see in all those channels that read off top Reddit post where it's like I think it was actually at the top of r/facepalm at some point where it was like they should give parents some kind of warning or something, and then someone plays like an R rating. Anyways, God.
What's your thoughts on the? Do you think the R rating should be more enforced?
No, I mean, I feel that instead of putting all this pressure on the people making the movies, the pressure should be put on the parents to monitor it more. Because if you're okay with bringing your child,
Well, I'm
to the
talking
movie with
about
some bucks,
like should the the what they're called shop tellers. Oh, what are they called? Cashiers or like stuff like that. People who work at cinema, should they enforce the R ratings more? Like if they saw like a 12-year.
I think that they shouldn't. I think it's up to the parents, as in like they should warn them.
No, but
should
it's
tell
just a
them,
12-year-old.
hey.
Like it's a 12-year-old and his friends going to see 16. There's no parents there. You think the rule should be enforced more?
Oh, I'd say there has to be an adult with them, and it has to maybe like there's some terms and conditions they have to agree to that you can't sue us because your mom was dumb or your brother was high once and decided to bring you to the Cube when you were 7. Oh yeah, speaking of I don't even know what was I gonna try and segue with that. What? Anyways, I'm going to Holland in a bit.
You're going where now?
Holland.
Holland? Ooh, when, where, why?
Over the Easter break, I'm gonna go to Holland. Essentially, it was my mom's birthday fairly recently, and my brother got us me, and my other brother a trip to Holland because he went there a few weeks ago and he had a great time. So we thought we might as well.
Give me a postcard.
I won't. I'll send you a Snapchat picture because that's cheaper.
Fair enough.
I'm broke.
Oh, stop, child.
Anyways, I can't wait till I'm done with school though. Personally, I would rather grind away at getting my YouTube channel up high enough to start making some dosh, rather than work a lifeless job for the next 20 years.
Well, with me, I find irony in I'm going to school to go to another school to go back to school.
So you can come back to school and convince other people to go to other schools.
I just find the irony in that. But no, I look at this year as like, okay, for any first years watching, I'm sorry, but actually no. For any just secondary school student, I'm sorry for what I'm about to say. First year for me, this is all personal. First year for me, worst year. Sorry, just as you'll get used to it. Second year, all right year. Second years can be a bit of douchebags, but yeah, that's my thoughts. Third year, like this really bad year. I find third year is one of the worst. Like I look at the junior cycle as just the terrible years in your life. Maybe second year, depending on what you do. But I look once you shove JC out of your way, you get fourth year. Hallelujah. Because fourth year.
I think I went so high my mic didn't even pick that up, and if it did, it probably sounded awful on the video. Anyways.
But fourth year, hell yes. Dose of doses.
Yes.
Like, this is the DOS of DOSes. It's a dose. There's literally nothing hard about fourth year. Watch me get wrecked in fourth year.
Well, I mean, it's just revising all the stuff that you will be learning in fifth year. So
Yeah.
even if you do
And
terribly
then-
in fourth year, you can still just do better in fifth year.
And then fifth year, all right.
Yeah.
You know, like fifth year, you're used to it by now. Fifth year, you're comfortable now. Fifth year,
Yeah,
you're close now. And then sixth year, some people look at sixth year as the study year. They look at it as you're doing nothing besides studying your life. I look at it as you're practically done school now. I look at sixth year as if you're not prepared for leaving cert by sixth year, like granted there's stuff you have to learn, but like if you're not like majority prepared for sixth year, like halfway through sixth year, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Because I look at sixth year like you have some stuff to learn, but I look at fifth year like you're doing most of your studying in fifth year, and in sixth year you're just doing revision, some new stuff, and then you're done.
Yeah. And plus, there's that glorious grace period when the leaving cert is practically done, but you're still going to school. So it's like they just do whatever they want.
That's like the last
It's like, what are you going to do, expel us?
Like, yeah, because like it's going to be like us, like besides maths, because I don't know why our maths, we're always behind in maths for some reason, or there's just too much stuff to learn. But like I think our geography, our history, not English, geography, history, and other subjects will have that majority done by January-ish. Like we're almost done geography by now, and
Yeah.
so that's fine. But we still have stuff to do. But in sixth year, you have nothing else really to do once you're done like your other subjects. So like
Yeah. It's just kind of, well, what do we do now?
Yeah, so like the last term, you're just sitting there like, Cham, I wonder what's on in the BFS right now.
Yeah. It's like, I've realised that I'm probably going to enjoy fourth year and sixth year because I don't like being told what to do, I've realised. Just any situation where I have to follow orders or follow the rules. Like, I'm normally not a very rebellious person, but I hate it. It's like,
I'm
hate's a
the
strong
guy
word, but I
that
have a strong
prefers
hatred.
making the rules rather than following them.
Yeah.
Basically.
And even then, it's like, my favourite subject is English because I'm allowed to kind of be free and voice my opinions on stuff. It's like, there was one thing, I can't remember, like we had to do a blog post for a CBA, and I did like writing about growing up and what I plan to do when I go out of school, and I just used that to complain about what I hate about school. It's like, for primary, they're like, oh yeah, go on, do whatever you want, and then you can be the president, or you can be a famous artist or an actor. And then in second year, or a secondary school, they try their damnedest to beat that out of you with a rusty iron pipe. It's like, just follow the rules, keep your head down, and if you're lucky, you'll work minimum wage at McDonald's. It's like, no, screw that, I'm gonna be a famous YouTube person. I mean, like, of course, fame isn't the ultimate goal, but like, screw, if I get to make my own, what I want to make for a living, that would be awesome. Not serving Big Macs for $5 a day.
Yeah, like I don't know, like the best system I think is the French system. Now,
The French system.
of school education, because it's like 3 years. It's just basically they have a JC, and then by that point most people know what they want to be after JC. You think so? They're like, all right, you want to be a goddamn astronomer? Well, here's all the classes for astronomy, and you do them. So like you focus on your specific career, which I find is just much better than our education system isn't
Instead
too
of being
bad compared to US of A.
Yeah.
But it's also nowhere
It's
like
like-
Norway.
Yeah. It's like, is it Norway or Sweden where they have school on Saturday but they don't get homework?
Yeah, I think so. That's one of them. No,
I'd
like
much rather have
Norway's
that.
like Norway's they have no homework and they have Friday off.
Oh, really?
And they have, like,
but they
one of the
spend
best-
longer in school.
They spend shorter times in school. They have no homework and they're the best education system.
Yeah. It's almost like the current form that almost every country uses of forcing students to do work they don't want to do at the school's pace instead of their own isn't very effective.
What? None, eh?
It's almost like if you Google "the school system makes me want to," it's not. It's almost like die, kill myself, kill
education
my teacher,
system. I
run
see
away
no
from
problem here.
home. Yeah, it's like
Oh,
like it's like
you know,
ah,
you know what I was.
yeah, it's kind of pointless too.
You know what I
Sorry,
was
go on.
nearly over the moon about this year? So someone
What?
was telling me an antidote and they're like, oh yeah, my friend or my relative was like really sad that they couldn't do French because applied maths was in the same band. I was like, hold up, you're telling me I don't have to do French if I get to do applied maths? This sounds like an absolute win. But the sad thing is that it maybe, but not definitely. So like the bands, depending on what's the most popular bands. So like applied maths and French could be in the same band, if you get me,
Yeah,
for leaving cert. And if that's the case, I'm doing applied maths, and I'll still be eligible for a teaching, because I did maths, and
Yeah.
I'll be like, I want to be a maths teacher. Wouldn't it make more sense I did applied maths than French?
yeah. I kind of look forward to when we do that other big subject change again, because I
What's that?
really regret it.
Oh,
It's
like, end of fourth
what
year.
you're talking about there. Yeah,
yeah.
where we can drop stuff. I can't wait for that, because I really regret dropping home ec for business, because I've realised I absolutely despise business. It's like I was told, oh, in first year it's all boring. It's just taking notes. It gets more interesting later on. By interesting, they
Hear
mean
me,
hellishly
taxes.
scary. It's like, and also it doesn't help that I have one of the strictest business teachers in the school.
Oh, R.I.P. Ronan. I've got the
Yeah,
soundest.
it's like-
Whoop whoop.
Yeah,
Which is funny.
at least
You know what
at
I
least the
found
CBAs
interesting?
are relatively easy.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, go on.
I found it interesting. If you have a sound teacher, like I've had two sound teachers for the last 2 years, both different teachers, and our class is really well. But if you look at like the strict teachers, most of their class struggles. It was very interesting. But then again,
Yeah.
I have a really good French. I have a really good French teacher, but sometimes she just doesn't teach you properly or in the way I like to, and that's just.
Yeah.
I just don't find it as good versus other stricter teachers. So in some subjects, the
Yeah.
nicer teacher's better, but in others, the stricter teacher's better, which I find really
Yeah.
interesting.
It's like for CSB, we've one of the most probably the most relaxed teacher in the school.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like, for
he was my
for
business
those at
teacher.
home,
Whoop whoop.
He's yeah. My brother has him as his business
Oh,
teacher. as
he's
well.
really good. But
So
I don't have him
essentially-
anymore, sadly.
Ah.
I had him for
So
second year.
essentially, it's like so those of you at home, preferably those of you in Ireland, just imagine the most Cork person you can think of, and just put him in a shirt and tie, and then you've our teacher. He's so relaxed and he's really funny. It's like the first thing he told us was, look, in school they'll tell you gotta keep your head down, you gotta do the work, all that. That doesn't matter. As long as you're good with people and you're willing to work with them and you're willing to make an effort, you'll get past in life. It's
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
cool.
like awesome.
None of the other
telling me
teachers.
to skip your class. You are telling me to
It's like every other teacher is constantly saying, "Oh, my class is the most important. My class is the most fun. Why aren't you studying daily, 7 hours a day
I
for
wouldn't
my
be like
class?" When that's one of the main things I hate about school is teachers don't understand that we've a lot on our plate.
Yeah.
Because while you're sitting there saying we should be studying 3 hours a day for just your subject, we have 8 other teachers that day telling us that exact same
Well,
thing.
to be fair, like, teachers see their subject as their favorite subject, so they're just assuming you see them as their favorite
Yeah.
subject.
Just putting people who are already wrong in the head because they liked school back into school with a bunch of hormonal, argumentative teenagers with something they're already very passionate about is bound to end in World War III.
Like, I don't know, when I become a teacher, I hope to God I'm not going to go into a grump of a teacher. Probably in a couple of years, I probably will slightly become a grump, but I'll hopefully stay with our CSB teacher's logic. Like, I want to be known as like, oh, do you know the new maths teacher, the one
No.
with the suit and tie. He always wears like a blazer and like a tie.
Oh, I think I know.
Okay, beep out his name, and I'm going to say his name. All right, his name's Mr. So, he's just really sound, and he's like, right, if you don't want to do maths, and if you're not too pushed, I don't care. If you do and are interested in maths, this is what you do.
Yeah, I wish more teachers had a more realistic look out on things, rather than I expect you to be exactly on time and have every homework question right, and I want you to triple check it, and I want you to go over everything we've done over the last week every single night. It's like, lady, I've got so much more on my plate. It's like, I don't do any clubs or anything. I'm not in the debate club or anything because I just don't have the time. Do I?
Yeah.
Okay.
You
so
can still
essentially,
hear yourself out.
I was just talking about, essentially, I am so sick of teachers being like, oh, this is essentially, I don't do any clubs because I feel like I don't have enough time and I don't need any more stress other than the stuff I'm already putting on myself and the teachers are putting on me. So
yeah, like, all right, I'm going to tell you why I have French and music homework due, and I have study for math.
yeah,
Boy, what?
You cut out for a minute there. You say you have music and
French
stuff.
I have French,
yeah.
music, and a maths test to study for.
Oh yeah, God.
This is what's probably going to happen.
What do I have? So I have maths test. Oh God, I have art, which is a trek every day.
Do you do art?
Yes, but I made the mistake of thinking that in a place of learning, art was for those who wanted to learn and get interested in art, but I was wrong. Apparently, it's for people who are already good at art and know how to draw people. And first year was fine because we actually learned about other stuff and did a lot of different types of art, right? Second year, exclusively portraits, the thing that I am the worst at. I can do still lifes, which is just drawing objects. I can do lino cut, but literally the one thing I'm the worst at, drawing people, is all we did last year. And it drove me up the wall and through the roof. It's so annoying. Like, I know I was just talking about how the teachers are like, oh, my one's the most important, but there's also the issue on the other end of if the teacher just doesn't care enough to teach their students, then it'll cause problems.
With me, that's the exact same I was like with music. I was like, alright, I'll do music, you know. There it goes. First year, I got my basics. Like, I got my basic chords, I got my basic stuff, I got my basic theory. Like, nothing to not even get a D in the actual, like, elite JC. but like I got basic. I've got like everyone in my class, and I was like, all right. So I have a choice of woodwork or music. Woodwork I find ridiculously easy and not interesting whatsoever, and I find music interesting but super hard. So I'm going to keep on music.
Yeah.
And I think there was just like a glitch or something. But in second year, just apparently you're supposed to be like really good at fucking music. And I was like, all right,
Yeah.
panic time, panic time, panic time. But okay, so I would say I'm a confident player at guitar now, and I'm a confident
Yeah.
player at ukulele. Theory, I'm pretty that to be honest, but that's like 75% of my JC. So I was like, all right, calm, Alex, calm. So I don't call them, I call them music rides to my parents, but I basically do guitar lessons. And I was learning on
You're
melodic sequences.
okay. You're cutting out a little bit here.
Oh, sorry. So I was really struggling at a certain section, and she was like, "Do you know, I could actually like just give you a sheet. If you learn that off, you can get 100 in that like section." I was like, "What?" I was like, "What? I don't have to learn how to like create my own sequence." And she was like, "No." I was like, "What about different keys? Just change the suit it to the key." And I was like, "You could have done. I could have done this so long ago." And our teacher's been making me make a new beat for every section. And she's like, "Yup." I was like, "Ah, for f***ing sake." So on Friday, I'm going to have a sheet that gives me 100 in that question section.
Okay, so here's how I fix the school system. One, have the teachers sit down at the end of the day and maybe for even just half an hour talk about out and tell other teachers about what they gave their students. Because that would get the teachers to talk to each other and communicate more and avoid situations like that where the two teachers had different ideas. It's like in the second year or in first year, for science we let Eve our experiment books in the class, right?
Yeah.
And I was out with whooping cough for a while, so I come back and I'm like, "Miss, you have my experiment copy." I was like, "No." Like, "Yeah, you do. I don't have it. It's not at home." It's like, "Check it home again." I come back. It's not there. Well, you're gonna have to get a new one. For Christ's sake. So halfway through first year, I have to ask my mom to get a new experiment copy or experiment book, and I get it, I bring it in, and I'm doing all of first year in it, and then in second year I get handed back 2 experiment copies, one with work from the first half and the other one with work from the second half of first year, and a note on the front of the first one saying catch up on all the work you missed.
Oh no.
I had to fill out all the experiments that I missed in first year because of another teacher not asking the first teacher, "Hey, did you still have this student's copy?" Oh my god.
See, there's where our difference is. I was out for a couple of experiments because just of misfortune event. Never caught up on them. Teacher like wrote down a note once, threw away the note, and then every time I passed it up, she never questioned me again.
Yeah.
So I feel really bad for you. I think we're coming up on an hour. God damn.
Yeah, I think we should close it here. So,
Well, that was our school rant. Leave a like, subscribe, and die. Bye.
also, if you'd like to hear more of me, you can find me at youtube.com/RonanHiggs. Ta-ra for now, and let's hope that we can all survive Junior Cert.